December 10th, 2025. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. What are we going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about crime. We're going to talk about drugs. We're going to talk about the homeless. So, last night over here in the great Independence, Missouri of East 47th Street South, a lot of activity was going on. You know, they like moving those drugs up and down the street. 47th Street's a good place to do it since, cops ain't over here that often. And they run them up there across from where Apple Market, Costantino's is. They run to 7-Eleven. And they even run down out here towards Wrightown, towards that, what is it, Syntex or whatever. So, it was probably, I don't know. Well, it was probably from about midnight till about when I left out here at about 4:40 a.m. this morning, because I've been helping a friend of mine that's taking some training, and mini bikes, and dirt bikes going up and down the street a lot. Maybe something Independence should take a look at. I start to pull out of my driveway and I see a utility vehicle. And guess where it's set to cross? Over there by that kind of like halfway house and meth recovery place. So I thought, well, let's go see. Because a lot of those, some of those mini bikes and those dirt bikes do come from that area. And I'm going to show that here in a second. But when I went down there, I drove by, and this guy, he was out in the middle of the street walking down. And this is right at 5 a.m. Right at 5 a.m. Which is kind of unusual. If it's power and light and stuff. Usually a boom truck's there, other stuff's there. Later on there will be a boom truck, but before that, Independence was there. And I found that very interesting. I didn't know Independence got up that early at 5 a.m. unless it was either like their power and light or their spire. But they've been down here a couple weeks on this pole. Now, a while back, there was a car that ran off the road up against this, hit this pole, and went down kind of like the embankment, it looked like. And it looked like it was repaired or whatever. Maybe it wasn't repaired. Or maybe something else is going on. Maybe another thing went to mind. Maybe they're putting some other electrical wires or something, maybe over by Strike and Spare. You know, that place is not very good either. Something really strange about that place there too. Because that's where all that group was way back that, made the news there with all the bikers and everything. I'm going to show that real quick too. But it just looks strange. And then when I come back, after I got back from Raytown, helped my friend out getting him to his training, they blocked the street off. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at this here in Great Independence, Missouri. Okay, guys. So I'm getting ready to back out of the driveway here real quick. And like I say, it's right at 5 a.m. Let the car warm up some. And interesting. So I'm getting ready to go up the street, but I see it down there, down here. That let's just go see what's going on. And right here, I see the guy out in the middle of the street. So I'm going to turn my headlights on high beam because I thought, well, what's going on down here? I mean, there's always something. There's either a police car, a fire truck, an AMR deal down here. So let's go on down. Because you never know what's down here, what's coming up. And then the guy got over here to one side. And you can see him right here. Man, I don't know. So this is right at 5 a.m. And somebody gets up in the morning. There's that great meth recovery place. And let's go back to this. Here's that house right here. Now, there was lights all on over here, too. So I'm thinking, what's going on here? You know, and they've turned this strike and spare place into a machine shop, I guess. And I thought, well, are they having to bring more voltage over there? You would think, you know, I'm sure it probably was three-phase because originally it was a bowling alley. And something that big with that many machines working back in the old days there would have probably had three-phase in it. But I don't know. You know, here you go again. Now hold on, guys. Now what I'm showing right here is a ways back from 2022. And this is when they had their big wingding up there. Looked like a militia to me. Looked like some other kind of cult group. And, you know, wonder what Trump would say about that, man. Look at that. That just did not look very good. That's our great Kansas City here. You know, here where they're going to be bringing all those 650,000 people in for that soccer deal. We're going to be talking about that later, too. But this is, like I say, this is really interesting. All right, guys. So I going up to the top here. I turn around right up here in front of good old the trailer park, and we're going to go back down. Well, there's another vehicle, and this one was Independence. See, the other one said something on it. It didn't say, I couldn't see. It didn't look like it said Power and Light. But it was just really strange. That's the Independence truck there. You know, like the ones that come out and, or like the code violation, other ones that have it says Independence on it. Because usually their vehicles, that's what they look like. They're real, you know. That's, you know. But it was just weird. Now hold on. So I had a couple of minutes to kill this morning, and thought, well, let's see if those dirt bikes are mini bikes. Well, I know they turned because my security camera caught them turning on a Chrysler. So I know they're going down from Northfleet up here up 47th Street, westward bound, and turning on Chrysler going north. So definitely got that on the security cam. But so I go ahead and I drive on through here. But you know, something that it really kills me about this deal here. Boy, this would be back on this back area is always where they dealt drugs. Now, there's some older guys that sit back here. They go back in there early in the morning, which I find interesting because, you know, if you were a few old bikers and you were moving some drugs and other stuff, wouldn't that be easy, man? Well, I'm an old man. I'm 60 years old or, you know, 65 or 55 years old. I sit back. Oh, I'm just sitting here waiting to drink some coffee. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go on from here. And then this was kind of an interesting deal, too. Go through here. This guy had his door open. He hadn't been doing anything, but when he see me pull in, he got moving. But, yeah, I don't know. And then this guy, I don't know what he was doing. I guess he's sitting at the gas pump cleaning his car out. And he wasn't, like I say, didn't look like he's getting gas. And he had one of the other doors he opened when I went around him. So I thought that was kind of weird too. It's 5 a.m. I mean, you know. But let's go on up into Raytown real quick. I got a couple more things I want to show real quick. Oh yeah, guys. One more thing. What I did, I came around here by Amico. The old Amico up here by Costillas. Oh, isn't that lovely? Man, shouldn't all those people coming in here from the soccer game, they're gonna love all these drugs and homeless people and everything else. Look at this trash cans here. See, that's a trash can right there. Somebody just left it. Well, that's because they let the homeless go up there. But if you're needing something and you come in here for the soccer game, just come on down here by this Amico, this vape place. We're going, we'll set you up, man. And here we go. Oh, you see this little flicker over here? See that? Well, they got makeshift like tarp, like tents up over there so they can stay warm. up against the building. They got a fire going in the parking lot. Well, man, it's Independence. You know, where Harry S. Truman would be proud, wouldn't he? Look at that. Oh, my God. Harry S. Truman would turn over in his grave if he knew who was operating this out here in Independence now, what was going on. And that's no lie. So you got a whole bunch of the homeless in here underneath these tarps and sheets and underneath here and stuff. I wanted to show that. What I did find kind of interesting is this building here was lit. Now, I've never seen this lit before. So I wonder if somebody's letting some of them stay in there even. I don't know. That's just weird. Hold on. I don't know how good you guys can see that shopping. There's another shopping cart like over here too, but here's where they're hiding. They're sleeping underneath that here, and they have a fire going. Well, now what if this fire caught those material on fire? Well, I guess it's a brick building, but still, I don't know. There's this overhang here. I don't know, guys. Well, anybody can just... I bet you if I started a fire in my backyard, unless I got a pit or something out there, I bet they'd be knocking at the door. Shoot, one time I had fire department spotlighting my house because I had my fireplace going. Oh, that's right. Those lefties don't want to basically to have anything like that if the grid or something did go down. But that's interesting. Of course, that'd be one big lawsuit because I would sue. And I'm not joking on that. But, you know, I even got the security footage when they did it. Real funny. But this is where all your people from all the other countries are going to be coming. Well, I guess it depends on where they're coming from. You know, if they're coming from some of those third world countries where there's not, you know, a whole lot. And then, you know, I got a good question about some of this too. What happens if they don't want to go back and they're here in Kansas City? I wonder how much more crime they'll bring in here too. And see, that's another thing too. It's been brought up. Oh, I know. If you go online and you basically look at all of it, supposedly they're getting federal funding, FBI, Homeland Security funding. But how much is that's going to go in somebody's pocket? How much of that's really going to be done here? I don't know. You know, it makes you wonder. You know, Las Vegas out there, they can handle the load because they have so much security from all the different casinos. Now, what am I showing up here? Well, I had to show I was heading back towards Raytown, get my friend there, get him to work. But look at this. Oh, my. Now, if you go up here by this Intex, I hope it don't disrupt their drug operations today out in front from everybody that, you know, is going and doing that stuff. But there's a water break up here. It's probably Raytown water, I would imagine. No, I don't think that's Kansas City, Missouri here, because anything south goes back. But look at this, guys. Look at that, man. That is one big water break. Anyway, guys, we'll leave you with that for right now. And for the ones moving the drugs up and down the street, that's okay. We'll be showing them. Definitely on those dirt bikes, mini bikes, and whatever if they're in their convoys. So keep your eyes open. And stay safe out there, guys.